Hello. Uh, Today is a cold day here. You can see I'm using my scarf, and it's a little cold. Some students asked me to tell some stories, episodes, experiences I had United States. So today I'm going to talk about marriage made in heaven. I went to the United States for the first time in 1991. I went to visit and I made some friends out there. Steve, Donna, his wife, and a lot of people, and some people at least. In 1993, I passed it through a divorce, and things here in Brazil was not going well. Almost nothing was working out for me. So I decided to give a try to go to the United States and see if I could start a new life out there. So I called Steve, and I told him, and he said, "Yes, come by, come to my house, and we figure out what to do here and how to help you." So I went in, I believe it was the last day of October, the 31st, and I remember because it was Halloween day in the airport, and a lot of people was dressed a character, dressed for the Halloween. And I got there, and uh, Steve's uncle had a convenience store in a gas station, so they gave me a place to stay, a boarding house. A boarding house is a pension, and I stayed in the boarding house and start working in the convenience store. It was about just a block of in the distant, so I could go walking anytime. And then I start seeing about the papers to stay in the country legally. And of course, I didn't want to stay illegal. But I didn't know that there was some requirements to stay legally. So I started working and trying to get the proper papers, and Steve and his uncle and everybody was trying to help me, but I couldn't find one way to stay there legally. So I decided to come back to Brazil. Here was giving class at Unital, Brazilian studies, Brazilian problem studies, and so I decided to come back. But at that time, Stevie's aunt, Marilu, called me to her house to just to have a nice conversation. And then she told me, I have someone that I think you're gonna like it. Um I thought, well, I don't want to stay in a country in a fake marriage just to go around the law. I don't think that is right. But let's see, at least let's uh, know this person. So we set up for the next day. I went to her house again, and a little after came this young lady, and she was pretty, pretty in her body and her face, a very spiritual person. I fall in love. I really fall in love. So we talk a little bit. She pray over me, and then we set up for the next day. Was Christmas Eve. We set up to go to Marilu's brother house in Graham. So we went to have breakfast out there. Nancy, the name of the girl, passed through my house, through the boarding house in the morning, took me there. We had the breakfast. I play a little bit piano, the little bit that I knew, just to show off. And after that, we came back. She took me to my house, but before she stopped by her house. So we start talking a little bit, and then I told her, "Look, I came into the United States with the purpose to stay here, to live here, but I can't live here if uh, um, if I don't get married." And I looked to her and I told her, "Would you marry me?" And she looked to me and said, a few years ago, somebody had a vision that one man from South America would come to my house and would ask me in marriage. Yes, so I accept, and we can get married. Well, I went to the clouds. I went to heaven. Well, of course, and very, very happy. We set up the day for the marriage in Virginia. Was cheaper than in North Carolina, and we got married. We lived apart till the wedding date. She would like to get married in the church. So on February the 12th, on Valentine's Day, we got married on the Church of God of Burlington, and was a nice wedding. The people from the church prepared everything, even the cake. We didn't have the money for to do everything that would like to, but was a very nice ceremony. And after that, we lived together for 18 years. Um, it was the best time of my life, of course. We worked hard. We had our ups and downs, like every couple, but it was the best time of my life. After that, in 2014, she had cancer, and she passed away in May. And I had, and then that was my life in the United States, and I decided to stay permanently in Brazil. That was an episode of my life. If you have any questions or would like to say anything, just visit my webpage, evaristoingles.com, and leave your comment. And I'll be back with another episodes of my life out of Brazil. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye then.